Here's another episode of DB Sports. Um, let's recap week 9. We're in the halfway point of NFL season this year. This is when we're going to start seeing some of the teams either fully pull out or to where they go, what's going on next year, or fully see for the playoffs. That's how we're going to find out. All right, let's start off first with the Thursday night game. We had the Houston Texans versus the New York Jets. New York Jets winning 21-13. CJ Stroud with 11 completions, 30 attempts, 191 yards, no touchdowns and interceptions. Aaron Rodgers, 22 for 32, 211 yards. Passing, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Jets really needed this game. They really needed this game. It was a must-win for them if they want to make the season. They have a chance to make the playoffs and not just be a fully bust of a year for them, which looks like more likely it will be. But it was a much-needed win. Much needed win. Next game, we had the Miami Dolphins versus the Buffalo Bills. Another must-win game for some of these teams that got discussed. And the Dolphins really needed this game, but Buffalo wins 30-27. With 25 for 28, 231 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Josh Allen, 25 for 39, 235 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Buffalo Bills looking very good. They look like they're the second best team in the AFC, in my opinion. Probably would say once again we might get the Chiefs and Bills again in the finals. We had the Denver Broncos versus the Baltimore Ravens. This was a game that we wanted to see, but the Denver Broncos. Is Bo what we think he is? I want to see if this team is what we think they are, or were they just, against some good opponents for them to beat. So let's put them against one of the better teams in the AFC. And it showed that the Denver Broncos are not one of the better teams this year. Baltimore Ravens winning 41-10 over the Denver Broncos. Bo, 19 for 33, 233 yards passing, no touchdowns, 1 interception. Lamar Jackson, 16 for 19, 280 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. We have the Los Angeles Chargers versus the Cleveland Browns. Los Angeles Chargers winning 27-10 over the Cleveland Browns. Herbert, 18 for 27, 282 yards passing, 2 touchdowns. No interceptions. James Winston, 26 for 46, 235 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions. James did not look good at all because I'm throwing interceptions, even though he had a good performance last week. But he did not look good. Los Angeles Chargers keep going. I just feel like the Los Angeles Chargers are not one of the top 5 teams, but not one of the worst teams. I feel like they're middle of the pack team, personally, in my opinion. We are the New Orleans Saints versus the Carolina Panthers. 2 of the bad teams that they're going against each other. Carolina Panthers beating New Orleans Saints 23-22. David Carr, 18 for 31, 236 yards passing, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. Bryce Young, 18 for 26, 171 yards passing, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Battle really just some teams that are going to be in the top 5 draft picks were not very good teams. Those Saints started off good 2-0, and it just fully fell from there. It just doesn't look good. And Panthers, we all figured it wasn't going to be a good team this year, so it's not much of a surprise for a lot of people with the Panthers. We had the Las Vegas Raiders versus the Cincinnati Bengals. Cincinnati Bengals winning 41-24. That much of a surprise. Minsky, 10 for 17, 124 yards passing, no touchdowns, no interception. Joe Burrow, 27 for 39, 251 yards passing, 5 touchdowns, 1 interception. Chase Brown rushing for 120 yards. Cincinnati Bengals started off a little bit on the rougher side. Have been pulling out. Las Vegas Raiders, just looking at the Raiders, man. They just can't get anything. Even though, in my personal opinion, Las Vegas Raiders probably could be a decent good team. They won't be no Chiefs or Baltimore Ravens, Buffalo Bills, but they could probably be a lot more better team if they actually had a quarterback. They don't have a quarterback for nothing. But hey, maybe one day they'll get a quarterback. We had the Washington Commanders versus the New York Giants. Washington Commanders winning 27-22. Jordan Daniels, 15 for 22, 209 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interception. Daniel Jones, 20 for 26, 174 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Washington continued winning, especially after last week of the Hail Mary. Giants continue to be Giants, just not being very good at all. But let's see what the Washington Commanders continue doing throughout the year, because they're still in the battle with the Eagles to win the division, and that should be interesting when eventually they meet up again. We had the Dallas Cowboys versus the Atlanta Falcons. Atlanta Falcons winning 27-21. Dak Prescott, 18 for 24, 133 yards passing, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. I'm actually surprised Cowboys are able to get 100-something yards rushing. That team is known as the cheapest team in rushing, the sorriest team in rushing. They can't run the ball to save their fucking life, but they're able to do it a little bit today, I guess. Atlanta Falcons, Kirk Cousins, 19 for 24, 222 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Atlanta winning. Atlanta looking like a pretty decent little team. 63 record. And you know, Cowboys. Actually, on the epic hell this year. They did 3 years in a row with 12 wins, which is very good. And this year just looks like they're not going to get anywhere near that this year. And I think they'll be a lower to mid-level draft team this year, so it should be very interesting to see what they will actually draft for. And it'll be highly talked about. We had the New England Patriots versus the Tennessee Titans. Tennessee Titans winning 20-17. Drake May, 29 for 41, 206 yards passing, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Barfield, 20 for 33, 240 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Battle of 2 teams that nobody gives a fuck about. We had the Chicago Bears versus the Arizona Cardinals. Fuck Chicago, we need you to win to help us out there, but you didn't. Arizona won 29-9. Kevin Williams, 20 for 41, 217 yards passing, no touchdowns, no interceptions. Kyle Murray, 13 for 20, 154 yards passing, no touchdowns, no interception. Arizona continues pushing on, and the Bears continue struggling. The Bears. We had Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Philadelphia Eagles. Philadelphia Eagles winning 28-23. Close game. It was a really entertaining game. Very close game though. Lawrence, 16 for 31, 169 yards passing, no touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Derek Hurts, 18 for 24, 230 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Saquon Barkley with his 2 spin moves, then jumps, hurdles over a motherfucker. Hurdles over a motherfucker backwards. Lord Jesus Christ. He ran for 159 yards rushing. The Philadelphia winning 28-23. We had a game that I think was probably the most talked about game of the week, I would say. Detroit Lions versus the Green Bay Packers. To see if Detroit can continue to against another good team. But Detroit won 24-14 over Green Bay. Jared Goff, 18 for 22, 145 yards. Passing, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. Jordan Love, 23 for 39, 273 yards passing, no touchdowns, 1 interceptions. Detroit is looking like the best team in the NFC, truthfully. they can just continue doing what they're doing. Out there winning. We will see when it comes to playoffs. They will be the center of the story because of their history of not doing well at all. We had the Los Angeles Rams versus the Seattle Seahawks. Rams winning 26-20. Matthew Stafford 25, 44, 298 yards passing, 2 touchdowns. 1 interception. Dino Smith 21 for 34, 363 yards passing, 3 touchdowns. 3 interceptions. Rams continue to be mid-level. We had the Goats versus the Minnesota Vikings. Minnesota Vikings winning 21-13, snapping a 2-game losing streak. Joe Flacco getting the start. Because the quarterback before him subbed himself out with Rugnar, the worst completion rate of all quarterbacks. I think they should have Joe for the rest of the year because he gives them truthfully the best chance. Joe Flacco 16 for 27, 179 yards passing, no touchdowns, 1 interception. Sam Darnold 28 for 34, 290 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Minnesota Vikings just continue pushing. That's a hard-ass division. Detroit, Minnesota, and Packers. Whew, that's a division right there for you. And then we have today Monday night game. We have the 4-4 Tampa Bay Bucks versus 7-0 Kansas City Chiefs. I had Kansas City winning that game. Don't be surprised for an upset. You just never know because Baker, you never know, might go a little wild. And the Chiefs are due for a loss. They're not going to go undefeated this year. But I got the Chiefs on this one. Send off this week 9 of NFL. A highly entertaining week. Good week. Trey Barkey with his moves, the catches we got to see this week. But really good week. I'm going to say thank you guys for the support and like.